1 year in since we started these gardens, and we're in this really exciting place now where we're seeing some genuine results, like actual food self-sufficiency goals realized. But that's taken a real mindset shift from wanting to build it all at once and get results straight away to realizing that when it comes to gardening, some things take multiple seasons, even years. And I don't want to make a video that makes you go, oh, great. So what you're telling me is I'm not going to get anything out of this unless I, look ahead 1 year. Like, who's got time to wait 1 year? But that's the problem. We live in this fast food mindset. We have this saying, like future Regan will thank you. Well, this is future Regan saying thank you to past Regan and past Kirsty for setting all of this up.
Yeah, your heart is a sun and it shines as it opens.
Well, your heart is a sun and it shines as it opens.
Yeah, your heart.
So if I could tell you one thing to do this spring that's going to make you have an epic growing season, it's think about next year and take the pressure off this year. Like, enjoy the process and don't chase perfectionism each season. Realize that you're not going to get the perfect gardens this year, but next year you're going to be able to reap rewards like this because you did what was necessary this year.
And they sing with the mountains.
For your bones are the earth, and they sing with the mountains.
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world
Say, why
inside?
would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world
Why would you
inside?
look outside yourself when you have all of the world
Yeah,
inside?
How good is that?
That create
That is an awesome rich compost that we have made over winter. You can do compost in the cold seasons, it just takes longer. And so you've got to play the patience game. And I guess that's what I'm saying. Most of gardening is like that. You'll want to get to the end goal straight away. And to be honest, we probably broke our backs in the process trying to get a full-scale production homestead gardens going in the first year. And we've just learned to go easy on ourselves. And now we're at the point where we're harvesting awesome rich compost. We're even saving our own seeds.
Mind is a space that creates the horizon.
your mind is a space that creates your horizon.
Where your mind is a space that creates the horizon.
Say,
I want to take a minute to thank the sponsor of today's video, Army and Outdoors. Whether you're into homesteading, survival skills, self-sufficiency, preparedness, or just camping, these guys have got you covered. They have a huge range from genuine military surplus to workwear, camping gear, tools, backpacks, you name it. With over 30 years experience in the game, they not only stock a massive range of quality products, but they've got the genuine reputation to back it up. Now the deal is use the QR code on the screen here or the link down in the description below, and that's going to get you 10% off your first order, and it also supports our channel. So whether you're in the market for something for yourself, a gift for someone else, make sure you check them out and use that discount code. And thanks again, Army and Outdoors. So this is actually pretty cool. We're doing soil blocking again. This is how we start our seeds, but this time around, a whole bunch of the seeds, like you've got tomatoes right there, are seeds that we've saved ourselves, but we've only been able to do that because we've been doing this for more than a year.
Well, if you're growing it anyway, take half an hour, go and walk in your garden, some people have said they use like a piece of coloured string or whatever you need to do, and just say that plant there, I'm not going to harvest from that. Choose 2 or 3 at the end of this winter season that you'll let go to seed now, and then when you start planting for springtime, when it comes time that you're harvesting fruit, take a tomato, do that one, that week. Just do one at a time, and it's amazing how fast it will snowball.
I think one of the other reasons that we've made this work so well for us is I'm not the planner and strategic thinker. Like, I would just get up and go out into the garden and do whatever came to mind that day, whereas you're kind of very good at that long-term focusing. But when it comes to garden planning, I tend to overcomplicate. I'm like, I want an app, I want software.
If that's what you love, I just keep it really simple with my garden plan. I use a screenshot of our garden from above.
Oh, a drone shot?
A drone shot.
Yeah, that's right.
And I write on it with your iPad.
Let's make that available, because that might not totally make sense to you,
Okay.
or it might, but it's literally like, having a drone shot. So if you're lucky enough to have one, a drone that is, where you can take an overhead shot and then, just use an iPad to write on it. I reckon let's make a version of it. What our current version is.
What I'm doing.
Because you've also got notes
now.
on that, right? About like what's, what's coming up, what you need to think
I
about.
almost forgot to include sweet potatoes in my plan.
Yeah, right.
That would have been tragic.
We're going to make that available. Now, normally what I'd do here is kind of put a link on the screen and so you can download that directly. But, and you may have already heard this if you watch our videos, we have started an email list. And I'm saying that because that's how we're going to communicate this sort of stuff from now on. So there's a whole bunch of people that have already signed up, because a couple of videos ago, I shared our grazing management strategy for how we decide how many cows we can stock in a certain area. That's a whole tool that I've developed over years. That's about to come out, but I reckon let's make this a bit of a twofer. Let's put your garden plan as well as that into that upcoming email. So the first email that we're actually going to put out is going to have those couple of things in it. And yeah, it's not going to be spammy. It's not going to be every week. We don't have time to write an email every week at this point.
Nope.
So hopefully it's going to be that kind of useful information. If that's something that you want, there is a link right here. Or down in the description below, you can get on our email list.
Yep.
And like we always say, if it's not for you,
Unsubscribe.
unsubscribe.
Here's what I love about gardening, about what we're doing here, is that we're not just growing food for food's sake. We've got a plan. We've got a reason for why we grow everything that we grow. And it takes more than a year. You're constantly improving. And what I love about this time this year is that we are adding to and improving what we've already built, but we're also expanding what we've already built. And that's how you get these amazing homestead gardens that you see on like Gardening Australia and on Pinterest. Before you know it, the seasons change, the years go by, you're eating your own food, you're canning your own food, you're preserving your own food, you're doing whatever it is that the goal that you have in mind. It's just in seasonal repetitions. It's really easy to kind of watch people on YouTube and watch others on TikTok and Instagram and kind of get that imposter syndrome, like, oh, I could never do that.
Yeah.
You can, but we're so like instant gratification that we get impatient when it doesn't happen straight away.
And half those TikTok videos are crap. They didn't really do it all that day.
No.
They actually put in the time.
Trust us.
They put in the reps.
Trust us. Cinematic magic is a real thing, and we try really hard to just be honest and real.
Yeah.
But you can fake a lot of stuff.
And I guess that's why we often show in our videos kind of the repetitious, the mundane, the work, which, speaking of, once we've got these done, we've got a bunch of garden beds that need compost layer and a mulch layer.
Yeah, I'm nearly done here.
And then we've got exciting, because we went to Bunnings the other day and you'll get to see what we did.
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside?
Why would you look outside yourself when you have all of the world inside? Inside, all of the world inside.
Okay, so what happens when your husband leaves you waiting in Bunnings for hours? You become a menace and you buy plants, right? That's what I do, at least. Yesterday, I spent a bunch of time in the plant section at our local Bunnings, and I found these guys here. All of our bare root stock was on half price special. So had to do it, just had to do it. So we've got here an almond and a peach. We actually have a list on our phones of all of the trees and the plants that we want to buy, so that if this does happen, we're not just...
Did I hear you blaming me for buying trees? Just because you have the list on your phone. Did you at least say we got them for a bargain?
We did, and that was the point, I guess, is that if you're gonna be able to buy a bargain, at least buy something that you've pre-planned in advance. But what I haven't planned is where to plant them, so...
Yeah, let's head into the gardens, because we need to find some space. we need to fix some problems.
Yeah.
And we need to put these in the ground. So I reckon let's grab out the soil test kit. Let's just confirm. I think it's going to show that just like our garden beds, our orchard trees are too high in pH in the soil. So if we need to, while we're doing this, we can correct for all of that.
Oh, this fighting, this unsettling stir.
Green is what we want, purple is what we don't want. Ah, that's purple. That is telling me, way too high in pH, so we need to amend these the same as we need to amend all our garden beds.
Let the dust settle, let go of the pedal, there's too much heat. Let these towers turn to rivers, let these instincts steer. Let the dust settle, let the stormy weather ride out disappear. When the sunlight shines, let it all come clear.
Anyone want to do some pottery? Like, that is no good for planting in. I'm not actually going to go the full depth of the root ball because we're actually going to sit ours up and keep them mounded up. Because of this heavy clay soil, essentially when you dig a hole, you're basically creating a well for water to sit in, and that means these roots will be sitting in just a soggy mess. So I actually want that sitting up nice and high, so I don't need to dig down too deep, which is good because that ground is bloody hard.
For all I did to be, I was on this thing, you were my enemy.
All right, happy day. 2 new trees in the orchard, and since you're right, we actually haven't done this before, let's do like a real quick kind of through the orchard tour.
Yep.
Like, number one, why do we even have an orchard?
Why not?
Like, why have gardens?
But yeah.
In truth, we don't really eat a lot of fruit, so we have planted kind of things that we like, right?
Yeah, like that's the whole thing about homesteading. Like, don't grow stuff that you don't want to eat for yourself.
Well, speaking of, my favourite tree that I've added, and I've taken up 2 spots for it, is the trusty feijoa. And so I've got a feijoa here and down here. And if you don't know what they are, look them up. And if you've never tasted them, I can't explain it to you.
This bed's got 6 blueberries in it. There are going to be strawberries and rhubarb going in there, as well as any acidic loving plants. So we have 2 feijoas, the peach, our orange, and
No. Pause on the orange, because it's the one that I'm proud of.
do you know how many times I walk past this to see if it's ready to come off? And I keep thinking to myself, we have to get it on camera.
Yeah, so now I know that you do that too. I literally give it a little twist don't do it now. Spring, right?
We're there, right? No, it's not ready yet.
Not ready yet. Give it a little squeeze. How's it feel?
It's getting squishier.
I know, but if you pick it too early, it's just going to be bitter and gross. So our one piece of fruit in our whole orchard, but given the size of all of these trees, like we're only a metre high on most of this stuff, that's pretty cool.
In this second section, in total, we've got 4 olives, olive oil. Olives are delicious. We've got a kaffir lime, and a lemon.
We started out like most people and we just bought the typical citrus trees that you get at Bunnings. But then the more we realised, like, it's your time and your space, grow what you're going to eat. So hence, more olives.
So in this one, we've also got more kaffir lime, a blood orange, and a mandarin. Blood orange is my favourite.
And of course,
an almond.
because our climate is sort of Mediterranean almost, we're going to do really well with almonds. We could do pistachios, yeah, dates. So those are all the trees that we're growing in the big outer arc of our gardens. But we've also got some that we're growing intentionally in the gardens. We'll show you those real quick as well.
We've got a guava, a pomegranate, a fig, and then we've got currently 4 bananas across here, but we've got another 4 that we're about to transplant once we're sure there's no more frosts.
And I'm not 100% sure what variety of banana they are. Like, I hope they're something delicious, but actually that's not the main reason we're growing them. They're a great initial story tree. So I'm growing them because you get a bunch of bulk material out of them that you can chop and drop back into the gardens. But if we get some delicious bananas out of it too, bonus.
So the job I need to do now is take that elemental sulfur, compost, and do a big spring feed of everything
Yeah, they're all going to be hungry, so let's put you guys on time lapse and feed some plants.
The red dirt swirling